Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode we're going to talk about how to boil eggs and a great recipe to go along with it that's super simple to do. Coming up next. Countess of Low Carb here, it's Elizabeth. Hi! We're going to boil some eggs today, show you how to do that, but then I'm going to show you how to make it into an awesome recipe, which is my curry egg salad. I love it. It goes great on salads. It goes great just eating it alone. It goes great in a little travel container. Lots of options, so let's dive in and I can show you the recipe. If you want to see the actual recipe itself, check out on the description below, lots of links. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, consider sharing it with your friends. Let's go boil the eggs. So here we're going to boil the eggs, and first what you do is you put the eggs in the pan before you start boiling the water and before you put water in. Actually, I'm going to fill it up with some water. You should do the water and then put the eggs in. Sometimes I get my steps backwards, and that's okay. But we just want to make sure that the eggs are covered in water. In my awesome blue pan, which I'll show you, I'll put in the description link where I got it from Amazon. I'm obsessed with it because the pots and pans have different colors and they're super cute. It makes it fun to cook with. So the eggs are almost covered. I'm going to give a little bit more to make sure they're covered. That's good, but you don't want to start the boiling water or else it's going to crack the eggs. And in my family, we have myself, my husband, and my little 2-year-old, and we will eat all 12 of these. You have 5 days to eat boiled eggs, and so that's plenty of time for us to use the eggs we get from Aldi. Y'all know I'm obsessed with Aldi, and also with Amazon Fresh Delivery, which is in the links, but we are obsessed with cage-free eggs. Do research. If you don't know about cage-free eggs versus regular eggs, it's worth the extra buck to make sure that the animals are treated humanely. So we've got our water here, we've got our eggs all filled up, and now I'm going to go set it for the boil. So now we're going to set our eggs on boil, and I'm going to let these boil until they get into, sorry, I can't do two things at once, there we go. I'm going to let these boil until they get to a hard boil, and then I'll let it set for 6 to 7 minutes, and I'll show you the next steps after that. But for now, I'm just going to keep an eye on it, see when it gets into be a hard boil, and then I will set my timer for 6. Still not yet at a hard boil, and so we're just going to let it keep getting there until it's at a hard rolling boil. Okay, so it's now at a boil, so I'm going to go ahead and set the timer. Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and I'm interrupting because I was editing and one second, baby. I was editing the video and realized I said coming up that it's 6 to 7 minutes to boil an egg. Not true, that's for soft-boiled eggs, which you'll see in the video. My eggs are soft-boiled. To hard-boil an egg, it's 12 to 13 minutes. You want to boil a hard boil. Sorry, it's not 6 to 7 minutes. It's 12 to 13 minutes you want to leave the eggs boiling. So we get a hard-boiled egg, not a soft-boiled egg. Now, back to the video. Oh, and then we're going to let that continue to boil until it's a really hard boil. While my eggs are boiling, I'm going to go get some ice and get it ready for the ice bath that we put the eggs in right after we take the boiling water off, dump the boiling water out, immediately put the eggs in an ice bath because they like to swim. No, just kidding. Because the ice helps peel the egg off easier once it's done. So we're going to get that prepped. I'm going to get my ice all set up, have my stations ready. So when these eggs are done boiling in the next couple of minutes, it will be all set to go. And my awesome Golden Girls cup. If you want one, I'll put it in the description link below. There's all my ice. And then I'm going to just put some cold water on this. So it can sit in a nice cold ice bath. Let the eggs get covered. So I'm going to let these sit for another 10 minutes so the shells can get really, really cold in the ice bath. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel the shells off once they're done. eggs are doing this where the shell is still stuck all on it. That means I didn't leave it in the ice bath long enough. So I'm gonna let these others sit in there for a little bit. The ones that I have that are broken, I also didn't boil it long enough. Ugh. This is showing me it should have cooked a little bit longer, but I'm gonna cut these in half and I'm gonna make my awesome egg curry salad. And what I put in there is simply a little bit of mayo, a little bit of mustard, and I use the Duke's because it has no sugar in there. And some mayonnaises do have sugar, so I always use Duke's because no sugar. And I get my curry spice, and then I'm gonna mix all these together. So I like my eggs in little pieces, so I just cut these in little pieces. I'm gonna get the rest of these all cut up, and then I'm gonna put them in my bowl and start mixing my ingredients in. But here's the size of the pieces. So I've got my eggs all put in a bowl, and then I'm gonna put my mustard. I just make kind of a dollop like that. That's how much I put on. And then I'm gonna put my mayonnaise on there. And 2 big scoops of mayonnaise is on there, and then I'm gonna mix it all together. So I like mine super creamy, so I put extra mayonnaise in there, and you can see it's nice and mayonnaisey. And then I'm gonna put some of my curry powder on. I have the big size of curry powder. I'll put it in the description that I got from Amazon, and I'll put it in the description. I love this just because I like curry. I like to put it in chicken dishes. I like to put it in meat. With having you know, the keto diet, having spices really adds a lot. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some on there, just so it's nice and covered. And that's good. That's enough sprinkles. As you can see, there's this color. I'm just gonna mix it together. And I have a helper here. He wanted to come help. Can you say hi, Pork Chop? No, there's Pork Chop. So here it's all done. I mixed all my curry in. I have all my ingredients in. I'm now going to put it in a Ziploc or hefty slider. I have on Amazon, I get them from the subscription to get the discount, but I put this over the bowl just because it gets really smelly, and then my delicious berries or other things that I have start to smell like curry. So I like to contain the smell. So that's the egg recipe for this. So I hope you liked our egg curry. Here's our delicious after. I love this dish. I love having my hard-boiled eggs in the refrigerator. When I don't have them in the refrigerator, I'm setting myself up for failure. So if y'all see my Cheerios in the back, that's for my son. My son does not eat keto, so he's 2. So, and my husband, he eats a different diet, so you can see his stuff back there. That's not mine. But for the egg curry dish, I love it. It's super simple. You can put it on salads. You can just eat it by itself. You can put it in travel containers. I use Pyrex containers. I'll put that in the description link below too. But I have my hard-boiled eggs as my travel snack. I like to travel on days with those and carry some salt and pepper in a little Ziploc baggie or another little container. I have the small, these small Pyrex ones, which is for a pinch of salt and pepper, but I like them. I like them. I like it. I like it. So that's it for this episode. Consider giving this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and consider sharing it with a friend. Who do you know who doesn't know how to cook? I did not know how to cook before I had my son. I had no idea. And a good girlfriend of mine recently just messaged me and said, "Girl, you can cook." That's right. The Countess can cook now. So I'm not the best cook, but I can cook things that are keto, that are delicious, that are high in fat, high in protein, low in carbs. And I hope you like this video. Bye.